Hi everyone, this is Nishta from Nish Online Interior Design, Paint Color Consultation and Home Decor Content Writing. Today we'll be talking about a black paint color that everybody seems to love and use it in their homes everywhere, whether interiors or exteriors. Well, the Sherwin Williams black paint color is absolutely magical, elegant, sophisticated, neutral and is bound to make a wonderful statement whether you plan to use it on the shutters, your exteriors, your entryway doors, the interiors, your bedrooms, dining rooms, and the list goes on and on. So, any guesses which color I'm going to be talking about today? Well, yes, it's Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black. Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is an absolute magical beauty. This color is so versatile that it can be used for multiple interior design styles. Well, you name it and you can have it. Modern, contemporary, mid-century modern, Scandinavian, Japandi, modern farmhouse, shabby chic, ultra glam, transitional and traditional. This black paint color can be used as a perfect neutral base or an accent, and that is what makes the true beauty of Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black. You can use Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black as an accent on a vanity, maybe in your one of your bathrooms, your laundry room, your kitchen cabinets, maybe just on the island and lower cabinets or upper as well as lower cabinets, the bedroom accent walls. On the other hand, if you're looking to use Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black as a base or neutral in your home, then you can experiment with this color by using it only on, let's say, interior or exterior glass window frames, your door frames, maybe some of the railings out there, and probably one of the vanities in your home. And that is when you add a punch of this paint color into your home without making it look overwhelming or exaggerated. Moreover, another very beautiful characteristic of using Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black in your home is that this color can seamlessly pair with warm or cool toned color palettes. So let's say you have a modern farmhouse or let's say Japandi or traditional interior design style that includes warmer colors like warmer grays out there, some particular grays, or if you have a greige farmhouse, you can choose to use Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black as a base or accent that can easily complement your warmer tones. On the other hand, if you are more drawn towards shades of grey, cool shades of white, blues, greens, maybe you have a coastal interior design style, you can still experiment with Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black as an accent or a base without making it look outdated and not versatile. So what is exactly Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black and what does this color have to offer? Well, let me tell you, Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is a true black paint color and one of the blackest black paint color that you can have. This color is neutral, it's not too warm driven or cool driven and can look black under all lighting conditions. So if you're looking for the true black paint color by Sherwin Williams and one of the black paint colors that is the most bold and dramatic, then let me tell you, Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black it is. Many homeowners often inquire whether Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is a true black paint color in nature. Well, I would say as compared to other Sherwin Williams or Benjamin Moore black paint colors, Tricorn Black is truly one of the blackest black, but definitely not a true black paint color in nature. So if you compare a swatch of a true black paint color which stands somewhere around 0, has an LRV of 0 against Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black which has an LRV of 3, you would see the difference that Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is very close to being a true black, but it is not a true black paint color. Well, this image clearly shows the difference between a true black paint color, your Tricorn Black strip as well as iron ore. So if you're looking for a paint color that is slightly lesser intimidating and slightly lesser bolder as compared to Tricorn Black, then Sherwin Williams iron ore it is. Another very popular questions amongst homeowners is whether Tricorn Black has a certain undertone. Well, let me tell you, black paint colors can either have brown, blue, green or grey undertones. But in this case, Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is an absolute neutral beauty. This color does not have any undertones. It's true to its nature, and you can use this paint color as a perfect neutral in any corner of your home. Since the LRV of Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is 3, you exactly know that it is certainly a very dark tone paint color, but not as dark as compared to a true black paint color. So I would say if you're choosing one of the best blackest black paint color, or a paint color that doesn't pop up any weird undertones like blue, grey, green, or a paint color which doesn't look too bold or too dominating, then I think Tricorn Black is an absolute answer. Now, I have been receiving questions like, if Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black can be used as a whole house color scheme. Well, I would say in my dictionary, a whole house color scheme is a paint color that can be used on all the common walls, like your hallways, your foyer, your staircases, and all the your open concept plan, all the open concept areas like your kitchen, your living, your family room. The common paint color that runs around your entire house is what you call a whole house color. But at the same time, people generally inquire if Tricorn Black can be used as a whole house color scheme. Of course, you can't use this paint color on all the common walls, on all the hallways, because it's going to get too bold and dominating if you make it too much. Like there is a perception about the dark paint colors that they can only be used as an accent. Similarly, Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black can be used as a whole house color scheme as far as you're using it only as an accent. So let's assume you have a wainscoting that is running across your hallway, your foyer, probably you have 1 or 2 living rooms that have an open concept plan. You can use Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black as an accent just on the wainscoting, probably your entryway door, probably your kitchen island, or just your island and lower cabinets, and an accent wall in your living or dining. But this color cannot be used everywhere. So I would say that you restrict the use of Tricorn Black everywhere because it's going to be too intimidating. So you need to pair this color with something like, let's say, Sherwin Williams Snowbound in the case of cooler tone color palettes or neutral color palettes, or Alabaster in terms of warmer tone color palettes. Now, like I have mentioned before, Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black can be used in a couple areas of your home. If you're truly admired by the whole idea of having this black paint color in your home, as an accent or something, there are various ways to pop up this color as an accent and still retain the beauty without making your home look intimidating. So I would say you can use this paint color on accent walls of your bedroom, living, dining, your window frames, the entryway doors, exterior shutters, exterior walls, kitchen cabinets, probably just on the lower cabinets or island table, or probably on upper, lower or island, laundry cabinets, powder room vanity, other bathroom vanities, and home office walls. Again, like I mentioned earlier, that this paint color is quite versatile and it can be used with your lighter tone colors, your darker tone colors, neutral colors, colors with certain undertones, warmer tone color palettes or cooler tone color palettes. But here's a list of actual Sherwin Williams paint colors that Tricorn Black best pairs with. Here's a list of Sherwin Williams creamy and cool tone whites that go with Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black: Alabaster, Extra White, nebulous white, neutral ground, snowbound. Here's a list of Sherwin Williams beige, greige and taupe that go with Tricorn Black: agreeable grey, repose grey, worldly grey, alpaca. Now here's a list of Sherwin Williams blue greys that go with Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black: Stardew, North Star, Some Over Silver. And here's a look at Sherwin Williams green greys that go with Tricorn Black: Comfort Grey, Evergreen Fog. Now I would say that you don't have to just be restricted to these colors, since Tricorn Black can pair with a couple of other colors as well. So just in case if you have any questions regarding, alright Nishta, does this paint color is not on your list, but I am planning to use, let's say, Sherwin Williams Sea Salt with Tricorn Black, would it go, blah blah blah. You can leave an email or you can leave a comment and then I can get back to you whether that color can go, but most probably this color can easily go with a couple of paint colors and color categories out there. Now let's talk about another very important aspect when it comes to choosing Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black and comparing it with other equivalent colors. So let's say you're not particularly intrigued by the whole idea of Tricorn Black, or maybe you have an existing home that probably has another tone of black paint color out there and you don't want to use Tricorn Black. Well, in that case, there are two other colors that I would like to compare Tricorn Black with. So number one is Sherwin Williams Caviar. Well, Sherwin Williams Caviar is another black paint color by Sherwin Williams that's equally bold, dark and dominating as compared to Tricorn Black. So both of these colors stand at an LRV of 3, that means they're equally dark, but when you observe closely in various lighting conditions, you would see that Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black is neutral, whereas Sherwin Williams Caviar has just the slightest touch of purple undertone. I know I didn't mention this earlier, but this purple can be slightly sneaky and it can come up when you have when you have a couple of blush tones in the home and then you have ample south facing light. So Caviar has a tendency to showcase a purple undertone, whereas Tricorn Black is free of undertones and you can use it anywhere. Another color that I would like to compare Tricorn Black with would be Sherwin Williams Iron Ore. So if you check out my Etsy website, I have used iron ore for a couple of color palettes out there. And why? Because Tricorn Black can be quite intimidating as compared to iron ore. So if you place a swatch of Tricorn Black against iron ore, you would see that iron ore is quite lesser intimidating and lesser bolder. Since iron ore has an LRV of 6 as compared to Tricorn Black, which sits somewhere at 3, you would see that iron ore is probably like a very dark version of charcoal grey color or a very lighter tone of black paint color. So if you don't want something too contradictory, let's say you have like a White House concept, you have tons of pastels and white paint colors out there, and Tricorn Black is making a very stark contrast against those white paint colors. You can even choose to use iron ore, which can be a slightly softer and subtle version of Tricorn Black. Since we've discussed most of what Tricorn Black has to offer, let's talk about one of the last aspects of Tricorn Black. So yes, what trim paint colors to go with Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black? Well, I would say if you're choosing a ceiling molding or trim paint color or maybe crown molding color to go with Tricorn Black, there can be a couple of options. My first preference would be pure white in general. It's a softer approach, it's neutral just like Tricorn Black, and it can work for any and every interior design style and color palette. On the other hand, another alternative can be Sherwin Williams Extra White, which can equally make a blissful appearance. Extra White is more bright, cool and crisp. So if you have, let's say if you want to make a very stark contrast, then Extra White can also make a beautiful statement. And this paint color can beautifully work with cooler tone color palettes, whereas for warmer tone color palettes, you can experiment with pure white. You can even choose alabaster and snowbound, but that totally depends if you're choosing alabaster or snowbound on the common walls as well. So that can also be an option. But I would say that pure white and extra white are one of the best options. And just in case of, very expressive maximalist design styles, like let's say your neoclassical or glam design styles, you can even choose Tricorn Black on ceiling, trims and walls to make a bolder appearance. However, it comes with repercussions. The space has to be large, there has to be ample natural light, but especially when it's glam and you want to make it look bold and Victorian style, there's no harm in choosing Tricorn Black on all these three elements, but you have to be slightly careful. So now that we've discussed the do's and don'ts, the takeaways, everything you need to know about Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black in your home, are you excited to use this paint color? Well, I would say that this paint color can make a beautiful statement. You're not going to regret it as far as you're using it perfectly, and you're going to absolutely love this paint color. I have an Etsy shop where you can check out the Sherwin Williams Tricorn Black pre-packaged color palette of how this paint color can make a beautiful statement in your home, and then you can consider some other equivalent colors that I've added in the Etsy palette. You can even find this palette on my website here. And lastly, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for weekly dose of paint colors and interior design guides. I'll see you all next week. Bye.